brains. Yeah, Mikey. He's like, it's true. True
I
story.
mean, you guys said it, not me. I didn't even say that. You guys
No,
told me.
you literally said it. There's a recording.
I don't know what you're talking about. For everyone listening now, I have no idea what these crazy folks are doing, talking about, just making stuff up on me.
You know what we were saying in the pre-production about, people finding stuff out that they said in the past going back to haunt them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on my hard drive. You know that bad boy's gone. Delete it.
In the river.
I'm about to give that the full Hillary Clinton treatment. Bleach and hammers.
Yeah, where's my assault rifle?
We're going to talk about those.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh shit, no, how could I fucking forget?
How could you forget? How dare you?
Are you talking about
Dare you?
Rittenhouse?
No, the Belarus Poland border.
Oh yeah, that's all fine.
And there's one more thing I want to say about the Baltic. When we get there, strike the COVID thing. I don't want to talk about COVID. This is that.
Yeah, get away from this. Because I think everyone's got fatigue.
Yeah, we talked about COVID for an entire 14. I think we've done our part to spread as much good news and as little bad news as possible.
Yeah,
I almost thought you said we've done our part to spread enough COVID.
Spread as much viruses.
No.
Hang on a minute. Why ain't you all got masks on? We're going to get it through the mics. It's going to come out of your speakers. You've got headphones. Oh.
Oh man, social distance.
That's a terrible framing.
No, this looks great. I think this looks great.
That's awful.
Everybody loves it. Oh, Brenna, have some class.
It's just got English.
Not no more. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Problem solved. Oh, get out of here, Dexter. All right, I gotta kick out the cat.
I get to go pet a kitty. Jordan's got so many kitties that they all need to be petted by me.
This is a bad place for me to be.
All right, let me do
No
this.
touchy, can't get mad. No touchy, can't get mad. Oh, no, Jesus.
I had to move you over. Everyone stay in your own boxes and stop not touching each other. All right. 3, 2. Not it.
No. I
I'll
have to
do it.
deal with these people.
I'll do it. I'll be absent. I can do it.
3-star swoon.
Ah, it's the music over. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Bin Podcast. My name is Shartan. I'm, as always, joined by Brenna, Wayne, and Mikey. And, of course, I do have to apologize for my absence as of late. But I promise I am back bigger, stronger, better than ever.
We need a note from your mum.
Yeah.
Mom.
Mummy. So, how has everyone been? It's been a whole week.
Oh, I see what you did there. How's everyone been?
Been. You're funny. You're funny.
That guy.
Is it though? Really?
Love how
Yeah.
he's. All right,
Okay.
Wayne. You're not allowed to wear any more merch until we get ours.
Yeah.
It's getting picked up tomorrow.
Unfair.
It's getting picked up tomorrow, and then I'm shipping it.
But
You
I'm-
said that 2 days ago. What the fuck have you been up to?
I weren't working in the area. They moved me.
I'm just saying, you keep showing off your gear, and then after you promised us that we would get it, and it's kind of like, maybe Wayne's wearing our hats, maybe Wayne's wearing our shirts.
Well, and I need one of those bottle hats because it's getting cold here. It's
here we go.
67 degrees
Oh God!
in the morning.
My heart bleeds.
I mean, it's been 90 this past week, so it's getting cold.
It's 33
Yeah.
degrees here.
It was 15 Celsius here. I know you don't understand proper.
Well, Wayne,
Degrees.
let me help you out. It was 33 degrees here, so it was 1 degree Celsius.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
We had -4 degrees Celsius.
Oh, here he goes. With Scandinavian
So
fucking
you know
Baltic
what?
weather.
Nobody likes a bragger. Okay.
No. But you know, do you
It's
know the worst?
cold
Do you know
here.
the worst part about um there being one like -4 degrees over here?
Shrinkage.
No, I recently bought a Chrysler.
The bloody Scheisler.
Why is that bad?
Because it's got heavy V8 in front and it's real weird drive, so it's basically trying to control a runaway horse.
Yeah. It's like driving a compass.
Yeah.
I got an idea. What you do
On
is you
the
put
North Pole.
you take off the front wheels, you put skis, and then instead of the back wheels, you just have a tread. So now you have a 5-seater snowmobile, which we already know that you're very familiar with.
Yeah, that went well, didn't it? But at the same time,
Exciting.
skis only work on snow. We don't have snow. It's just cold as
just ice.
shit. It's just cold as shit. And I've
Snow's
got
the stuff that's in the mountains, right? Like
You know what?
falls. It
What?
falls like there's like a little bit on the top, like a little.
I'm gonna
like,
buy
white
you
stuff.
a fucking monkey bike and send you on the Dumb Dumber road trip just for you to find out.
Wow.
Kind of want that van that
And
looked
it-
like a dog
And it-
with
the-
the,
the other-
with the
the other-
ears.
It does
No,
look
I
like
get
Zero.
flappy.
It does look like Zero. It quite.
Aw.
Yeah.
And the other thing with Brenna is that she uses ice for recreation. We have to
Yeah.
live with it.
Ice is an indoor thing. We don't go outside for ice.
Oh,
That's
God.
too much. There's just too much work.
I remember seeing footage from probably a couple of years ago, and I think it was in Chicago, Mikey, and the snow was like 2 foot deep. I was like, that's extreme even for us.
Oh, we've got a hello Neil the 604 atheist.
Hello, Neil.
Hi, Neil. What's up?
Twice in one day.
We have a special new feature. You guys can't see it in the meeting, but on the thing I can pull our chat up onto the screen for pinned comments. It's great. I'm happy I found it, and
Yeah, I can watch it on here. So.
there you go. So one thing I asked everybody right before we went live, but I refused to let them answer because I think live is the best place to answer.
It was rude. It was rude.
Yeah, that's me. If we were the Beatles, who would be who?
I would probably be Ringo. Because I'm not even the best drummer in the band.
I think the reliable one who met an untimely end would be George Harrison. I think that's Brenna.
I agree. I fully agree.
Oh, so you and Jartan are Paul and John. Coach.
So who would be who
The
then?
glue keeping it all together.
Who would be who?
I would say Jartan would piss someone off enough that they want to shoot him. So he's got to be John.
And Paul McCartney's done 1 million songs with 1 million people, and that's me and my stream. So there you go, guys.
There you
I'm
go.
Paul, George, John, Ringo.
Ringo.
And I'm gonna get shot apparently.
I mean, Brenna dies from a heart attack, but she's
from that. That's all I took from that.
Brenna's-
It was a
Brenna's
very
gonna-
simple death.
Brenna's gonna die from a heart attack, but you don't hear her complaining.
Yeah. Jartan, when I come over to you, I'm bringing my good friend Mark Chapman.
No.
He's got a penchant for rifle hunting.
We should dress up like the Beatles next year for Halloween. I think that'd be funny.
No.
Which Beatles though? Like what era of Beatles?
Ooh, maybe each different
'Cause-
era.
There you go.
I want to be Sergeant
It's gotta
Pepper's
be
Lonely Heart Club
Sergeant
Band.
Pepper.
Oh,
Sergeant Pepper.
Oh, well then, yeah, we
Yeah.
should all be Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Heart Club
Mm.
Band Beatles.
Well, I'm telling you now, I'm not whiting up.
Nah, you're taking us as is. I'm not gonna Elmer's glue my face just for a costume
Yeah.
because that's wrong.
Yeah. We
Exactly.
don't need it. It's okay.
So, by the way, how has everyone been? Because it has been a while since we've all been here.
They're all here. I'm
Yeah.
good.
It's like I said, it's been hot here, so it's hasn't been as pleasant to like be inside. So I spent a lot of time like outside by the pool. So
Oh, here we go again.
yeah,
I just,
it's been
I
rough.
just,
It's been really rough.
If I could roll my eyes in an audible way, I would do it right now. I'm gonna think about what the eye roll
You'll
sound
have
would
audio
be,
listeners,
and I'm
Mikey
gonna
just
do
rolled
that.
his eyes.
I'm just gonna do it like this. Full head.
Yeah, just put
Like
your-
I feel like I want to give you the every time you talk about your weather, just
it's just
and I did the friends two fists bumping together thing. That was that Monica and Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they were kids because they couldn't do the finger,
oh,
they would just do boop boop. Yeah,
All right. Should we get into the grim stuff?
yeah. Let's ruin somebody's day. Who wants to go first?
mine's the end, so
Okay.
mine will not ruin anybody's day. So
Well, let me.
leave me out.
I'll kick it off. I'll make it fiery. I'm gonna need, and actually, this will make you happy, Jartan.
Ooh.
I found a video we can play.
How?
Oh, that hurts.
Because it's from AP and it's from a courthouse, so all that stuff is publicly accessible.
Yay!
So topic numero uno: no more black pastors.
Oh, this one.
No more black pastors. Did I give you guys the link? Probably not. I did. Miss Brenna, can you bring that up for me, por favor?
I can. Let me pop that up.
So, in case you guys don't know what this is in regards
I said it
to,
first.
in case you guys don't know what this is in regards to, it's the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery are on trial right now, and one of the prosecuting or the defense attorneys.
Sorry.
Bless you.
It's cold here.
Oh,
It's just so cold. I need my jacket. Sorry.
a frigid 68 degrees.
Well, some guy called Bob just gifted a load of 1-tier subs.
Well, thank you, Bob.
Bubbo.
You're the man,
So
Bob.
cold in here.
Oh my God, it's gonna be. The notifications are going to not stop for 1,000 years now. How do I mute these? Oh no, something's gone wrong.
No.
It's just gonna keep playing that.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, you. absolute-
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't even know where it is. Okay, I found it. Oh, I had to mute it.
Hang on a minute. Look. Jartan's not been here for a couple of weeks, and the first thing he does is an act of sabotage.
He trolls us. All right, there. I found the alert box and I muted it. All right.
Nice.
No.
You can't ruin, dude. It's gonna do. It does that every 30 seconds. So for the next 10 minutes, they would hear some, and then some drums playing. Like, no, it cannot be that way. I gotta figure out. I gotta talk to some of my other streaming friends about how we can make that more funny. Like, I would like it to be a fart.
Oh, come on. Grow up.
Or a queef. I mean, it doesn't have to be a fart. Either way. Defense attorney says, no more black pastors in court for Arbery case. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar or you forgot, a lot of bad has happened to the world since 2020 happened to us all. Ahmaud Arbery was a 25-year-old who was just walking around a house that was under construction, and people accosted him, yelled and screamed at him, so he ran out of there, and these three gentlemen, and I use that term very loosely, chased him down in a pickup truck, and in the scuffle, one of them pulled out a pistol and shot and killed him. So
I thought it was just two people. It was a father and son, wasn't it?
There's three of them. It was a father and
okay.
son, and then the guy who had the gun.
Right.
Um, the shooter is actually testifying today. He might be going right now. I'm not exactly sure. Um, so this is from Brunswick, Georgia. An attorney of one of the white men standing trial in the death of Ahmaud Arbery told Judge Thursday he doesn't want any more black pastors in courtroom after the Reverend Al Sharpton sat with the slain man's family. If you could scroll down just a little bit, Brenna, you can. We're gonna check out the video of Kevin Goff, which is I'm assuming is the pronunciation of his last name.
This one right here, you want?
Oh, that one right me all, please.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Oh no, Brenna pulled away and she forgot to share the audio.
oh, you didn't tell me there was audio.
Yeah, there's audio.
Okay, so I will.
I feel exonerated.
You did not tell me there was audio.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, the brains of the outfit.
Yeah, he was not telling me that I had to be in charge of the audio. So
Yeah,
So-
you're the. Actually, Brenna's the original producer of the show.
Oh,
Producer-
so you
producer and editor.
So you've
wow,
taken her job as well.
wow, I feel
You know, I could move to the
Okay.
UK and be the
I
man
feel
from
attacked
Essex.
right now. Okay, so
Not a job.
all right, this should be fine now.
Okay,
Ready?
I'm ready.
Aim.
Obviously, there's only so many pastors they can have. And if their pastor's Al Sharpton right now, that's fine. But then that's it. We don't want any more black pastors coming in here or other Jesse Jackson, whoever was in here earlier this week, sitting with the victim's family, trying to influence a jury in this case. And I'm not saying the state is even aware that Mr. Sharpton was in the courtroom. I certainly wasn't aware of it till last night. But I think the court can understand my concern about bringing people in who really don't have any ties to this case other than political interests.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
So Buddy Boy says no more black pastors. All right, knock the shit off. Keep bringing in these blacks, and they are influencing the jury.
But
What-
don't we have anything, from this century of this guy? Like, do we have to play something from the 1960s? Again,
Oh, this was from Monday.
I know.
He was joking. He was making a joke.
I was
no,
I was
it's
playing I was playing along.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Like, it's 2021. If you wanted a prominent figure to accompany you as support to be a representative for all the people that support you, right? Reverend Sharpton is a known person, and sitting there, he does not only represent himself, he represents lots of people standing who would like to be there but can't be there because it's too crowded.
Right.
So his presence represents those tens and thousands of people, right? So
And how many times has Reverend Sharpton been in courtrooms like this, listening to this same thing? You know, white people shooting black people and listening to them get away with it. The man has been through hell and back.
Not
If
only
you're
that,
going to
it's-
have somebody on your side, get Al Sharpton.
Not only that, it's the public gallery. He's got every right to be there. And if you're going to start saying, no, you can't come in, that's not very democratic.
Bing, 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 bing. It is very interesting you should say that, Wayne. Wayne has learned much in the 2 weeks since him, and Jartan had a row on the fucking the DMs. It is a public trial. Anyone, no matter if you're a celebrity or not, has a First Amendment right to be there. You have a right to be there. It is public. Even if it's Al Sharpton, if it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if it's Jartan. Well, maybe not Jartan because he's not a citizen. But all citizens have a right to be there.
I can be there.
But here's the deal, though. Don't you have any law that prohibits that kind of racial profiling? Because that's what it is. It says specifically no more black pastors. It says like any other pastor is fine, but black pastors, wouldn't that be discrimination at the
Yeah.
face of it? And don't you have any law that prohibits that from happening, saying you can't go into this trial because of the color of your skin? Am I insane right now? Or
No, no. You're 100% right, but it's broader than that. You can't discriminate against anybody.
Yeah.
Not just the black pastor thing. He can't tell anybody that they can't bring anybody in. You know what I'm
Can't he
saying?
be held in contempt for making that statement?
This was not in front of the jury. This was not a pretrial motion, but this was it was just the prosecutor and the defense and the judge. They weren't in the actual courthouse. They were in
Right.
a meeting kind of deposition kind of room, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's when he was like, well, this shouldn't be happening because it's going to be doing this. And then he fucking accidentally tells the truth and says, no more black pastors, because he doesn't want it to get racially charged, even though that there was a Confederate flag on the back of the truck. But he didn't let that, the judge didn't allow that to be taken into evidence because it was too, it would swing the jury in one way or another that this was a racially motivated crime. And then here comes the defense.
Whoa.
And then here comes the defense attorney talking about.
Wait a second. Didn't that guy just said that it's political? Like the not having the reverends in there was turning it into a political thing?
Yeah, it's not about race,
that,
but it's not about race. But he definitely didn't want the Confederate flag on the back of the truck being allowed to be brought in as evidence.
Okay.
Bye, tons of mice.
You tons. Have a good day at work, man.
I'm yeah. This is.
But
my
that's
brain hurts.
and the judge responded. I don't have that clip pulled up, but the judge responded into, okay. He said, okay, he can still come in, but I heard what you had to say.
So this was like a preliminary hearing, setting out the parameters of the case, and he's basically piped up and said we can't have him in here anymore because he's causing a bit of bother and it's making my job a bit harder.
Well, it wasn't even that, because he didn't even know he was there until after that day in court.
That's
he went.
Even worse.
He went the whole day and then was told that he was there and said, "Well, they can't just be bringing in all these black pastors. This gotta enforce the jury. It's just you can't be doing that."
Can we flip this? Can we do a thought experiment about flipping this?
Hold on, let me get my thinking cap.
I love a thought experiment.
Just flip it around. Just turn it.
Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Let's say.
Let's
say a black guy shot white people, and they were able to go on trial, and there was white pastors who were there praying for the victims with the families, and then maybe a high profile one, and the lawyer said, we can't have any more of these white pastors here. They're just it turns in political. What would the public be saying about that particular turn of events?
This is
It would be fine. The white Christian community would be totally fine with it. They would,
just nothing.
Nothing. Crickets.
Who was that evangelical geezer who started proper eyeballing that reporter when she asked him some tough questions about his G6 jet or something?
Kenneth Copeland.
That's the man. Right. Say someone was to ban him.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
Their shit.
They would go off the rails.
Yeah.
They would be asking for that guy's license.
Mm-hmm.
They would be trying to get him barred. They would
disbarred.
Do a mistrial. Disbarred. They would go all up, like they would demand the kid be thrown in jail. Like this isn't just about like the not allowing the pastors to be there, but this is really as racially charged as as what we've been seeing, and we've now been seeing a lot of these racially charged trials going on.
But
sorry.
just to be, I'm a bit curious. So, wait, I know that you have a totally different system over there, but
Mhm.
what would happen in a public trial? Because
Mhm.
as we talked about, trial in the UK are also public unless there is some reason for them to be not open to the public. You are allowed to go and sit in a courtroom, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do have the right to do that as long
Yeah.
as it's not.
Anyone can rock up. Anyone can rock up.
Yeah. So, how would, if this happened in the UK in the same way, and somebody said, these black pastors or
I think in the current climate there would be an absolute huge backlash, especially going into my subject later. There's the UK is far more sensitive to these things when it's blatant, as blatant as this. Whereas I feel, and the experience that I have from knowing you guys, the American public are more subdued when it comes to these things. And when it kicks off, it's oh no, these blacks kicking off again. Come on, just do what you're supposed to do. We're in charge, remember? Wink.
Mhm.
And I think I, over here, the UK press would properly go to town on it because they can see they can see capital in it. They can see capital in it, and they would rile up people. And yeah, there'd be huge protests if someone said that blatantly, but have the confidence to be able to say it. It would probably be more subtle, or more clandestine, and more, um, you know, underneath the radar sort of thing. It'd be probably a letter to the judge or
Right.
something. It wouldn't Someone wouldn't say it in court.
I get it, but if he did it this way, would, I know that you're not a lawyer or anything, but would you see
Mhm.
any, legal?
Yeah, well,
How about the legality of it?
it's blatant. It's blatant discrimination. If you are ostracising one particular group that blatantly, you there's no excuse. You cannot separate yourself from those words. You have said this, and you have been very specific in your condemnation of who you will allow and won't allow into the courtroom. So straight away, I would imagine a judge over here would probably throw that lawyer out of the case and just say, no, you can't be on here, mate. No, you've already shown a clear bias. Bye bye.
And the judge was pretty metered, where he just kind of listened to this crazy idiot man talk, and he said, "Yeah, he's a citizen, so he's gonna be allowed in there." And the family, and because of COVID, the numbers in the court are brought down, but the family is allowed a certain number of guests to come in and sit and watch a trial. And a family member wasn't able to make it. Reverend Earl Sharpton was asked. He said yes. He flew out. He's there. End of. He's a guest of the family. You can't just
Yeah.
say, "Oh, he's too popular. I don't want him in there." Like, that's not how it works. You don't get to just like pick and choose.
I didn't
was
know
very
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
No, it's more like the freaking out guy, because Arnold is very manly. He's got the very manly Austrian voice.
It's like if Kermit had a kid with Arnold.
Yeah, 100%.
What would Kermit and Arnie's kid's name be?
Kearney?
Kerminator.
The Terminator.
All right. No, but I just think that the fact that this lawyer feels so comfortable saying this says something about the climate in your country right now. Looking from an outside perspective, that's how I see it. I don't know if it's always been that way. I have not always perceived it that way, but I do feel like the climate has turned into where saying something like this, claiming something like this, has become more okay, and therefore he feels comfortable doing it.
Well,
That's just an outside perspective.
let's not forget, this is in Georgia. Like, this isn't in Chicago. This isn't in New York or LA. This is in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. Georgia is proper South, and
Yeah.
their legacy of racist thought cannot be cited.
Wasn't that where Ray Charles was not permitted to play because he mixed gospel with rhythm and blues,
Oh yeah.
and that's why he wrote "Georgia on My Mind." I've responded to that. I think so.
Maybe.
Ah, fuck it. All right. It's fucked up. Everybody concur.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And also in the fuckface McGillicuddy trial, the judge recently said that he's going to throw out the gun charge, the misdemeanor gun charge that the little
Yeah.
fuckhead was going to be facing,
That's
because
ridiculous.
because the barrel wasn't that long.
Mm.
It wasn't really a gun, right?
It's just a slingshot that happens to
Pea
take
shooter at that point.
5.62
Mm.
fucking hollow
Yeah, it
points.
killed people, but
But
Not a
shooter
weapon.
at that point. Yeah, not a
but
weapon.
I'm sorry, but from what I've seen about that trial and what I've seen posted on Twitter and in the newspaper over here, the prosecutor seems to be an absolute fucking nitwit, not being able to stay within the rules, so he keeps being shouted at by the judge.
Yep, that's what we
Yeah,
talked
but-
about last week.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the judge seems to be sort of he's again, oh, your bias is hanging out, mate, because he's pulled up the prosecutor for stuff that he's let the defense get away with, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like he's gonna get off.
I feel like I have to say though, if for me it feels more like the prosecutor is better on hiding it, and he's just more seasoned and more,
Mm.
just
Is this guy the perfect prosecutor in this case? Absolutely not. But we also have to understand that state laws vary from state to state.
Mm.
They're written in such ambiguous ways so that little fuckface McGillicuddy can fucking get off scotch free. He probably won't even.
Yeah.
He probably won't even have a criminal record after this.
Yeah,
Well,
and
it changes the he obtained a legal gun and then moved it across state lines and then shot somebody with it. It changes the entire trial basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now that
Because and so this whole idea about fuck gun laws is it changes the way that this is now going to be seen by especially the gun lovers out there.
and just think about the
Gun
thing.
sexuals or amosexuals, whatever they are.
And just think about the things that
Ones that just touch themselves. Sorry.
And just think about the things that the judge has thrown out. So he's thrown
Yeah.
out the fact that the kid was on social media saying he wished he was there so he could fucking deal with these guys properly. He fucking buys a gun illegally, which is one of those gun sale loopholes that everyone's been railing against forever. He does both those things, runs up there, gets dropped off. He has no parental supervision. He uses the firearm. He doesn't report it to the police. He's done everything wrong. And the judge
And then he pretends that he's there to help.
No, but that was just the list of the things that the judge would not allow into the court.
Throughout, yeah.
This guy.
So there you go.
He's gonna be the poster boy for the right wing. He's gonna be on OAN. He's gonna be on Fox News.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be on. I guarantee he'll be on Infowars.
Because he got persecuted by the left, right?
Yep.
By the liberals who just want to hurt him and just want to make more gun laws that want to take away your guns. This is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's a living martyr. That's what he's going to be, and
Yes.
they'll put him up everywhere, and I guarantee he'll be a multi-millionaire.
And he's
within
gonna have a
couple of
long career of this because he's young.
years. It's just the narrative that is spun by the right is so corrosive and so dangerous, and yet if this had been flipped on its head and it had been a BLM person, do you think the coverage would be like this?
You wouldn't have made it to court.
Nope. You'd be getting what do they call it? The hard drive or the
rough ride.
Rough ride. Yeah, sorry. He'd be getting that. Oh, I don't know how he ended up all bloody. He must have done it to himself.
It was Freddie Gray in Baltimore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it was brought to my attention, that particular case. And I just think the hypocrisy and the the double standards. And I'm not trying to use whataboutery in this case,
Right.
but it's that there is precedence on both sides proving what I'm saying is
Right.
correct.
Yeah. Shit sucks. Can't wait to leave. Who's
America.
next? Who's next?
Yep.
Zartan, you want to talk about something Europe centric?
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So what I want to talk about. What?
Oh, for the audio listeners, Mikey has just put up as a banner Zartan's topic, porn, of course.
Oh, well, I don't mind talking about that. I think it's.
I thought you put that in there. I was like, okay, I will click it.
I think that is an old one.
Oh,
From
Of cour-
where I
yeah,
actually
of-
wanted to
of
talk
course it
about
is.
it because I've been trying to get somebody who represent this child-free pornographic-free childhood organization in Sweden to come and talk about it, but they would not want to talk to me. And now they've actually blocked me on social media as well because I've questioned their methods. But fuck
I'm
that.
glad, I'm glad you cleared that up because your first sentence wasn't great.
Yeah, it wasn't great. No, but what I want to talk about is do you remember the despot in Belarus called Lukashenko?
the name sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Yes,
all right.
I
Yep.
remember.
So, all right, a bit of background. They in August 2020, Belarusian authorities cracked down on protests demanding the resignation of Lukashenko following a disputed and many say rigged election. Opposition leaders say as many as 30,000 people were detained in efforts to suppress demonstrations.
30,000.
Yes, the United States and the European Union refused to recognize Lukashenko's legitimacy as president, and in September 2020 imposed a series of sanctions targeting Belarusian officials with asset freezes and travel bans. The EU followed that up with two further rounds of sanctions in November December of that year. A fourth packet of EU sanctions came after Belarus intercepted a Ryanair flight carrying Raymond Protasevich, an opposition journalist and former editor-in-chief on the Telegram Nexta news channel, along with 132 other passengers in May 2021. Belarusian authorities arrested the journalist and his partner before allowing the plane to continue to its destination. In June 2021, Protasevich was moved under house arrest. Lukashenko has sought to suppress any signs of protest activities. Since the beginning of the presidential election campaign in May 2020, the number of political prisoners in Belarus has increased from 3 to 868 as of November 18th, 2021. And now people are heading for the border to Poland.
Encouraged to the border.
Yeah. So basically, this guy Lukashenko, he won the 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 election with 98% of the vote, as all good dictators always do. It wasn't 98; it was a bit more subtle, so I think it was about 94.
Oh, even
Yeah.
closer.
Wow.
So, immigrants, many of them families with children, camped at the Belarus-Poland border, trying to force their way into Poland and being deterred by water hoses, have gained international attention in recent days. On November 18th, it was reported that many other migrants were being moved back from the border to the government-run facility, but it is not clear what the long-term plan is for those who have gathered in Belarus with no intention to returning to their countries of origin. The influx of migrants to Belarus from the Middle East began early summer 2021, but they did not come to stay in Belarus. Their ultimate destination was Western Europe. Now, there are thousands of people spending nights near the barbed wire fence separating Belarus from EU member Poland. The situation took a dramatic turn on November 8th when thousands of new arrivals showed up at the Belarus-Poland border and tried to break through makeshift fences on the border, with a goal to cross into the European Union. The migrant crisis has a twist. It appears to be encouraged by Alexander Lukashenko, Belarus's leader, who has the center of the border conflict as part of a ploy to flood the EU members that border Belarus, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia with large number of migrants in retaliation for a series of sanctions against the Lukashenko government.
So in essence, he's saying make the fence a little bit weaker here so that they'll all bust through, and that way they can all pour
Yep.
into fucking Poland and Lithuania, and then
Yep.
they can fucking deal with it.
And here you have because EU and the the states that has a travel a deal with the EU, which is basically the entire Europe except for some weird island just outside France that nobody fucking cares about. Iceland or something. No, England.
South Iceland.
South Iceland. I think technically that would be Greenland. but
New
yeah,
South
fine.
New South Iceland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
New
there's-
South
South
there-
Iceland.
you've got just to jump in there, Jartan. You've got two things. You've got the Dublin Agreement and you've got the Schengen zone.
Yeah.
Once someone successfully claims asylum within the EU, the Dublin Agreement means that they can move anywhere around within the EU. Apart from, is Norway's not in it? Is that
It's
right?
in Schengen.
It's in Schengen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a few countries such as us. Who
Yeah. So
aren't one.
so basically in Western Europe it would be Switzerland and Norway who's not members of the EU and is a part of the Schengen agreement. Then you have a couple of other countries who is a part of the EES agreement, which is a trade agreement, and then you have the European Union. So, but here's the deal. The rules say that you can only apply for asylum in one country. Right?
Not true.
Within the EU, yes, you can only apply for.
No, I'll pull it up. Carry on. I'll pull it up because it's part of what the right wingers do when they say, "Oh, they've pulled up in France. It's the first safe country, so they should apply for asylum there."
Yeah,
Not
no, I did not say they have to apply in the first country, but they can only apply in one country. Like if you apply for asylum and it gets denied in Sweden, you cannot just go to France and apply for asylum there.
All
Right.
right, I'll quickly have a look. Go on, carry on, mate.
Yeah. But it's a fucking shit show. So basically, what he's trying to do is to flood the neighboring countries with.
Lukashenko.
Yeah, Lukashenko is trying to flood neighboring countries who has to abide by the EU laws, right? If you have a legitimate reason for asylum, they have to, you can apply for it, they have to treat it, they have to go through the processes. It takes a while, right? And then people need somewhere to stay while doing this. And this guy's just such a complete fucking dickhead. Like, serious.
I mean, I remember when like the early, like right before Brexit happened, and then like I think I was at my old apartments. This was almost like 2 years ago, but we brought up that fucking ridiculous chart of Venn diagrams and circles and squigglies and weird parallelograms where it was like this country's in this, and this, but not this, and this country is in this, and this. And I remember like the Schengen agreement being in there because that's like separate from the EU because what's it called? Norway's in it. When Norway's not in the EU, they're in the Schengen, and that's a trade thing. And the EAS is another trade thing, which doesn't apply to this, but applies to. And it just became such a complicated web of shit that I don't know how anybody understands what that is.
Here you have it. Mustache and a comb over. Who do you remember? He remind you of? All right,
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. It's not Dr. Phil. It's Dr. Phil's
look at
Eastern
this
Bloc cousin.
No, but seriously, look at this picture, like right here.
He looks like a dictator.
Like this one. Could you look more like a 90s Russian bad guy rogue general?
Yeah, this is straight from James Bond, right?
This is or from fucking Indiana Jones.
Right, there you go.
He's definitely looking for the Ark of the Covenant, guaranteed.
Yeah. Well,
Guaranteed.
Definitely. Or what was the guy who's always playing some Russian general. What's his name again? The actor, and he's not even Russian.
Sharthon?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. No,
Oh,
he's
Dolph
That guy.
Lundgren?
no,
He was Russian in the movie.
in a movie. Yeah,
Right,
in-
Jartan, all I can find is on amnesty.org. Neither the 1951 Refugee Convention nor EU law requires a refugee to claim asylum in one country rather than the other. There is no rule requiring refugees to claim in the first safe country in which they arrive. The EU does not run a system. Sorry, the EU does run a system called the Dublin Regulations, which allows one EU country to require another to accept responsibility for asylum claim where certain conditions apply.
exactly.
The relevant conditions include the person shown to have previously entered that other EU country or made a claim there. This is supposed to share responsibility for asylum claims more equitably among EU countries and discourage people from moving from one EU country to another, but it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But here's the deal: the reason we need these rules, right, is because otherwise the Mediterranean Sea countries and the Eastern European countries will get everyone, right?
Mm.
Because there's no way for you to swim through, the Panama Canal to get to the UK or Norway or even Germany or any of the West European states. So that would just put an enormous strain on everybody else to take it. So we're trying to, distribute these people who are on the run and are asylum seekers to every country within these different agreements. And I have to say, Schengen, by the way, is not a trade agreement. It's
No,
a
it's
simple
freedom of movement.
freedom of movement. It's like when you move within the United States between states, you don't have to have a passport.
But everybody's not in Schengen, right?
No, can I just give you another little bit from
Entire Western Europe is because EU is a part of Schengen, and therefore all the states within EU is part of Schengen.
Okay.
And then you also have Switzerland and Norway, who's a part of it.
Yeah, I just want to.
But they're not part of the EU.
No.
Yeah.
Just a quick little bit from this article. It's clear the system greatly benefits countries like the UK and unfair to countries like Greece and Italy. And that's part of the reason Germany has suspended the Dublin regulations when dealing with people from Syria. So already it dispels many of the myths from Brexit, saying we can't control our borders and we're told that we have to take all these people. Well, if Germany can just turn around and go, no, fuck it, we ain't taking anyone. It goes to show that they're autonomous and they can still do it within the rules of the EU. And I think it's all of these sort of lies that are perpetuated in the right-wing media to get people angry with other people from different parts of the world. That's ended up giving us Brexit, and we're fucked. Like, we have got so much shit coming down the track.
Yeah.
And yeah, we don't know it. Yeah, but we're Boris.
Carpe diem.
Carpe diem.
All right, so I just learned something new. EU states are allowed to opt out of the Schengen Agreement if they want to.
Yeah.
So the countries who've done that is Romania, Ireland.
Mm-hmm. Considering it's a Dublin agreement.
BG, Bulgaria, and HR, that would be
Herzegovina.
Croatia.
HR is Croatia?
Yeah.
Languages.
Yeah. And then non-EU Schengen state would be Iceland, Norway, and Switzerland, and then all the other EU states is part of it.
So there's certain places that won't let you just freely travel with your British or
definitely
Norwegian passport. Like they say no. So what do they do at that point?
No. I can travel to these countries with my passport. I would still be let into Ireland, Great Britain, and all these countries with a passport. The difference is if I travel to any other country who's a part of the Schengen, I don't need a passport. I just need a national ID.
Yeah.
My national
Driving
ID
license,
is
driving
good.
license.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
okay.
just my driver's license is good enough, right? So if I want to go to Spain, I don't need to bring a passport.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good idea when you're abroad to bring your passport, but you don't have to. Your national ID, your driver's license, is still valid for travel.
Yeah, me and Scott used to fly to Ireland all the time just so their driving licenses. We thought, fuck, take the passport, just turn up to the airport, get pissed, show driving license, yeah, get on the plane.
Yeah. So
Right, man.
basically,
Those were the days.
We have to
So-
they changed like the laws for us to go to like Mexico. So it used to be you just needed some sort of proof of citizenship, birth certificate or a passport or a driver's license. But
Yeah.
then they switched it so then you need a passport just to go to Mexico. So they switched it on us years and years ago, and now we can't. Well, we're gonna have to get our real IDs to travel anywhere outside the country.
They're not going to even let you fly without your real ID.
No.
So basically, what's going on is this is a way to discredit the EU. Say the EU is corrupt and the EU is rubbish. So
They
have
can't
all
do
the,
anything.
have all these
And-
people deal with them.
And then I saw
That's fine.
this on Twitter today. I'm going to share.
Вот это беженцев.
So what we're looking at now
Вы не
is
потеряете.
these
Ёлки-палки,
people
смотри,
right?
сколько людей.
Oh my god.
Охренеть.
Whoa.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
And
And
it looks like primarily children, like women and children kind of
a
thing.
lot of women, a lot of children. But the text that followed with this tweet was from a Swedish right-wing media
Of course, it was.
knockhead who said, "Coming to a suburb near you."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but call me
Of
the
course.
weird,
So it,
call me the
so
weirdo,
it's-
but that doesn't scare me.
No, but it's
know what I
working,
mean?
right? So no, it doesn't scare you because you're not a nitwit, you're not a fucking dumbass. But for people who are scared of immigrants coming to their country because they're going to steal the way, or they're going to take our culture away, or whatever the fuck these nationalist doofus boneheads are trying to get at, them thinking that people are going to march through 8-9 different countries to get here and still be as many as they are there. It's like, what are you even on about?
The
But
other
it's
thing is,
working because but this tweet where it says coming soon to a suburb near you has over 4,900 views.
Wow.
but there's also no context to the video. There's no context. It's just
No.
here's a bunch of people walking up a road. This is what it must be. Do you remember when they were doing all that propaganda about the caravan that was coming up from Mexico?
Yeah.
And it's just like people are freaking out in Montana because of people in Mexico, and then now all of a sudden, like, these people are gonna be, 1/10, 100th by the time we had to take out anybody. And as we all know, if there's one thing we have in Scandinavia, it's fucking space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like 48 of you in all 10 of the countries.
Hang on. What is the population of Sweden?
10.
That's less than London.
Do you know what is in Norway?
What?
Half that.
Oh, shut up.
Do you know Denmark?
Yeah.
Also half that. 5 million.
Wow.
Norway,
Unbelievable.
Sweden. No, Norway, Denmark, Finland, 5 million people. Sweden, 10 million people.
Because there's only 6 million people in Scotland. Most people
No,
in here are in the
but
southeast.
Listen, if you take all of the Nordic countries, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland, Finland, all right, we're still under 30 million, which is half of the UK.
Mm-hmm. Which is mental.
So why is there a problem people coming here? Like,
Do they know about the polar bears and the lack of sunlight?
Mm-hmm.
There is that.
Perhaps they should probably talk people out of not going there. I'm like, perhaps you should go west, young man. Go west.
Perhaps they should go to, I don't know, Orange County.
They'll take
We
'em.
don't have any room here.
No, they don't have
What?
$1 million for a fucking single family home.
Yeah,
They do
we
not want to
don't.
go there.
You cannot afford it. Like, let me
They,
tell you.
they can get a tent like everyone else.
About the,
No, but I just don't understand what the whole thing is. Like, isn't basic fucking humanity just trying to, care for those who can't care for themselves and help those who are less fortunate? Come on, let's
The,
do it.
the
Let's
thing
work
is,
together and just get done.
there's always been these trends of migration. If you look at people and look at them like the ebbs and flows, they go to where there's good economies and they move away from bad ones. I mean, fuck's sake, we founded America and Australia on that very principle. You know, we need these people to go here, and there's more. And the people that went to America initially were the poorest. You know, they were people that are just nicking a lift on a ship, like an Irish fella, nicking a lift on a ship to go there because he had nothing here. It's just
A lot of indentured servitude was the way
Irish.
that, yeah, a lot of people who they they were in debt, and the
Hmm.
only way that they could get out of debt or get out of jail or get out, they had to, they went to America
Hmm.
because there was no other way to gain any other employment, and they had to work at it. Like, it was when, I hate to say it, but it's like it was the first form of slavery, and then
No, it was.
when
It
all
was.
that was over, then we needed then we had to have slavery.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
that's how it was.
it's heavily documented that was a fact that the Irish were
Uh-huh.
like the potato famine, the abject poverty, the because again the West Indian accent is a culmination of the Irish accent and an African accent. That's why there's so
Yeah.
many similarities between the two accents because they were out in the plantations as well,
Mhm.
you know. But they were suffering because they were a bit pale and it's a bit hot there.
not where they were. They hadn't gotten to the. There were no plantations in the South with Irish people. That indentured servitude was well done by the time that the colonists got south. It was all
Mm.
it was all transatlantic slave trade at that point.
Yeah.
Tea and
Yeah.
crumpets, yeah, they picked that ship. Cotton, not so much.
No. Nope.
Tea and
It
crumpets.
hurts.
You
It hurts.
you're daft racist.
Some
Oh, hang
say
on a
I'm
minute.
racist, some say I'm factual. Internet, you be the judge.
Okay,
Oh.
you find me some crumpets in my ass. Go on.
You know you got crumpets.
Look in your refrigerator. It's open.
You won't find any crumpets because Sienna ate them all.
Oh, Sienna.
I would like to present the child's tummy as evidence, Your Honor.
No,
Fucking
we ain't got
Sienna
we ain't
full
got
of
no crumpets.
Full of crumpets.
Oh, she loves it.
She's
She
mostly
loves the
crumpets.
All right,
She's mostly
Yeah.
crumpets.
I think it is time.
Middle.
Oh, that's me.
Hey, you.
Hi, everybody. You have been currently watching or listening to the Bin Podcast, and if you like us or if you hate us, whatever you do, um, there's some few ways to support us. First off, you can go to YouTube, you could go to Twitch, you could go to Facebook and like and share and subscribe and comment and tell your friends and um, just generally like give us some sort of reaction. That would be great. And that's a free, quick, and easy way of doing it. So make sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you want to do, and then force other people to do the same.
Yes.
Um,
Force them.
threaten their
Coerce.
their
Yeah, coerce them with facts and logic.
And guns.
Yeah, or those, whatever the Kenosha killer was using. That's not really a gun; it's a pea shooter. That killed people. I don't know. Anyway, if you would like to financially support us, which we would be grateful for you to do, is go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast. You see it down here if you are reading this.
Get your
You could read.
nails.
Yeah, they're orange, a little bright orange. And go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast. Become one of our patrons. good news, everybody. The episode 2 of the BJ Specialist with Jenna and Bretta is up. And the only way that you can get that is if you become a patron. So please go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast and help us out.
A little quick side note on that while the gardeners go through is Mr. Wayne, I have bad news. Our second episode of Promise You Won't Get Mad, me and Wayne's premiere Patreon exclusive show, will not be aired.
Why? Was it copyright issues?
Yeah, and guess who it was from?
Don't say dogs.
Muse.
Shut up.
Muse not only did they give us a copyright claim, but they copyright blocked us. They won't let us put it. So we either have to take out that section of the video or not play it at all. I'm going to look into some other means of but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Muse will not let us do it. It is not just demonetized where if we were going to make any money, it would go to the artist, which is perfectly fine. I accept that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is blocked, as in we may not have that part of the video in the video.
I'm phoning Matt right now.
Yeah, call him up and see what he can do about it.
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
So our first episode was a smashing hit, but the second one is in litigation.
Right. So how are we going to get around that?
We didn't have any problems with all the other ones. It was just Muse. I mean, there's certain record labels that are not going to let their stuff go out there, and they just have an instant block policy, as opposed to others who just demonetize.
But if it's behind the paywall, how do they find it?
We have to still post it. Again, a little sauce to me. We still have to post it to YouTube. It's a private video.
Right.
You have to go through Vimeo, have a subscription service, or you... Again, I'm going to go through some other channels to see about it.
Okay. Well, what if I just play it on the telly, like, behind me?
Not going to help you.
Breaking news.
Ooh.
You guys see this?
Let me get the ticker.
The man who shot Arbery, who we were talking about before, confessed that the man seen in the video fatally shooting Ahmed Arbery acknowledged Thursday that Arbery did not threaten him during the chase and that he could have stopped following him before the shooting.
There you go.
Bye, love. Hey, thanks for coming.
Still going to get probation.
Oh, America.
Oh, yeah. It ain't right.
I just love the insights I get from you guys about your country, because the amount of misinformation we get over here from our media is shocking.
Too bad. Really too bad. Sucks.
Well,
it sucks. That's why I'm planning on leaving.
Excellent. Right. While Jartan is off on manoeuvres, we put my in there. So this is my topic, and recently, Azim Rafiq has been all over the news. Brenna, can you share my thing, please? So
I have a good excuse. It's because my computer 10,000 others. You, my good sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Azim Rafiq has been all over the news recently, because he's been in front of Parliamentary Select Committee, talking about the racism he suffered whilst being a Yorkshire cricket player, and he's just kept his nut down and just carried on and not said anything about it. And then after his career's over, he said, "Look, do you know what? I've got to speak up about it." And it's been all over the news, and Yorkshire Cricket Club are in a lot of bother because they did nothing about it. Could you scroll down for me quickly, Brenna? Just a little bit so I can read this. But the problem is, the fella, has had to come out and apologise for stuff that he has said in the past, very anti-Semitic comments that he's made. And to be fair to the fella, he's owned it. He's owned it. So let me just quickly read this. This is from BBC Sport. Azim Rafiq has apologised and said he's deeply ashamed of using anti-Semitic language in Facebook messages from 2011. Former spinner, that's a form of bowling, Rafiq has spoken of his experience of racism in Yorkshire and appeared at the Digital Culture and Media and Sports Select Committee this week. The 30-year-old said he has absolutely no excuses for the messages. In quotes, I'm incredibly angry at myself and apologise to the Jewish community, he said in a statement. The messages were sent between Rafiq and another cricketer on Facebook. Rafiq said he had deleted the messages to cause no further offence. Quote, I have absolutely no excuses. I'm ashamed of this exchange, he said. Quote, I was 19 at the time and I hope and believe that I'm a different person today. Claudia Mendoza, co-executive of the Jewish Leadership Council, said Rafiq had undoubtedly learned a lot from 2011. There is no, in quotes, there is no doubt that this is massively awkward for Azim Rafiq, Mendoza wrote on Twitter. So this is an example of what we get. We can close that down now. What we get when it comes to people, I can't remember the term. It's basically when they go through. No, they go through your archives. They archaeologically troll you and look at all the stuff that you've posted when you were younger. And he's been very outspoken about the racism that he suffered whilst playing for Yorkshire cricket team and Yorkshire County. And he's been at this select committee meeting and called everyone out. And then someone has gone back through all of his Facebook stuff and all his Twitter and they're like, oh, we'll get him. And they got him. And do you know what he did? He owned it.
Yeah,
he owned it. Yeah, he owned it and he apologised. Now, if we could all do that, because there's shit that we've all said, like just in bantery terms, we don't mean it, but taken out of context can be misconstrued. But even if he did say it in an offensive way, he still owned it and said he apologises unreservedly and he's ashamed of himself for doing that. If we could all do that, if we could all let go of the ego and allow ourselves that personal growth to be able to go, yeah, do you know what? That's disgusting. I fucked up. Sorry. But there's too many people out there that double down and go, well, no, it's just banter. It's just banter.
Yeah, and it's always a little bit uncomfortable for me listening to people try to defend shitty things that they said previously. Like, dude, you don't have to own that anymore. Apologize and move the fuck on. You don't have to just. You have the right to change your mind. You have a right to grow up.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've said this to you guys before. If I was to have a conversation with me of 15 or even 19, I'd want to punch me in the face. I'll probably want to punch me in my face next week. But it's just, if you don't evolve and grow and then own the stuff that you said, own the stuff that you believed before, and you've moved away from that, then what's the point? Your sorry is hollow. Didn't really mean it, but you know, it was banter back in the day. No.
Or just turn everybody into, I can't believe you guys are offended by that.
Yeah.
Like, no. You just say sorry, and then you shut the fuck up for a little bit. So people are less mad at you. But you don't just sit there and say, yeah, so sensitive these.
Yeah, and I think this plays into the Dave Chappelle controversy. You know, instead of saying, yeah, I've upset people, he's gone, I don't give a fuck.
I'm rich.
So, yeah, can't cancel me. I'm minted. And if you do cancel me, I'll just go back to Africa and have a little pilgrimage again. And then come back and...
Funny that. Him and Mos Def both come back, and then as soon as he comes back on his fucking comedy tour, him and Mos Def and Talib Kweli have their own podcast. I think they've been watching the show.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, definitely. Did you ask Dan?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been running back and forth because we've had some TV issues, and because we have to share a room. She got like, yeah, her TV didn't work. But here's the deal. We all get say some things sometimes that
Some people.
are no, we all do it.
Yeah, I know. Shake, mate.
Everybody do, and not only taken out of context, but when we're happy or angry or whatever, we say things, and we say things in anger. We say things when we're sad. We say things when we're upset, and we say things that we're happy that aren't always the greatest taken out of the context of which they are said. And that's why I think that it's very important that when we look at something that's said 10 years ago, okay, so what is the context? When is this said? No, there's no excuse for using racial slurs. Of course there isn't. And but if it's a one-off or and something done in when you're angry, well, okay, and you apologize for it. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Right, let's move on. Going back 10 years through some Facebook messages just to find something that you can pin somebody on, and then all of a sudden that is the case, not the systematic abuse that obviously has been going on within the cricket league. That's not what we're talking about now. Now we're talking about something happened in 2011 when somebody said something in jest or he fucked up for whatever reason, and that's what we're talking about, not the systemic racism. We're talking about this because they want to move the goalpost. This is what we want you to focus on. We want you to focus on this, so you don't focus on this. It's fucking magic 101. Look here, so you don't look what this hand is doing, right?
Exactly
And,
that. But
Classic misdirection.
But
Yes.
what I think is beautiful is the fact that he's just come out and straight away just said, "No, I'm absolutely wrong. Drop the bollock here. You got me banged to rights." So that really should firefight that argument that's coming out. But what makes me laugh is the fact that someone's gone to the extent of going through all of this metadata to find this to
But
be
it
able to go,
seems,
aha,
but,
aha.
but it seems like I was just skimming through this article, right?
hmm
It seems to be messages, not posts.
Yeah.
Where'd that get out?
Yeah, and again, someone's leaked it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Facebook message was sent between Rafik and another cricketer. All right, so we don't know in what context this was sent. Were they having an argument? Were they angry at each other? Was it made in jest? We have no idea on any context of this. And yes, he might have used. Obviously, he has because he's admitted to it. But
Yeah.
come on, is this really an issue? Is this
Hmm.
really an issue we have to talk about?
No, but it's because he's called out the systemic racism that's been going on within.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
yeah.
but they've made us this organization. They've gotten a hold of this, and now we are focusing on that. And I'm saying, let's stop because this is, as I said, misdirection. Sorry, Mike.
Well, for sure, this is a. You guys are asking who would go through all this shit? The fucking cricket league. That's who would fucking take the time to fucking go through all that shit because they're in fucking hot water right now. And you know what? We need a patsy. They're like, oh well, but did you see this? Did you see this? This
No,
fucking
they
this
don't need a
fucking
patsy. They
this
just need-
this
they-
DM from fucking 2011. Like, did you see this? Yeah, of course.
They don't need a patsy. They just need to miscredit the person who is criticizing.
I was just gonna say that it's like, you know, some black kid who got shot, right? But it's okay because he had this one conviction, you know, he got caught stealing, like that. Let's focus on that. That he was a criminal kind of thing, like
Trayvon Martin, case in point.
that exactly.
He had marijuana in his system.
Yep.
Yes.
which
He
turned him
was
into
already he was a bad person. It's okay.
George
Like-
Floyd.
yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is, the person that's dead is the person to blame for their own death.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done, everybody.
All right,
Exactly.
so let me scratch what's it called off the list. Not moving to the UK.
It's
All
all
right.
right. I'll teach you how to play cricket.
Hey, and dude, I'll
not
give you.
real.
Flat baseball.
Okay, are we done? Because I just remembered I have to show you this one clip.
Oh. Farewell,
We
channel.
need-
It was nice.
We
having
need that and finally story before you do that, Jartan.
All right, yeah, I'm finally sorry.
My turn.
your
Yeah,
turn.
brother.
All
Last
right.
but
Well,
definitely not least.
'tis the season. So President Joe Biden, so every year since Reagan, the later Reagan era, they have pardoned a pair of turkeys. The president does a presidential pardon, and they are not allowed to be used for the Thanksgiving, which we have coming up. So the turkeys are named Peanut Butter and Jelly.
Peanut butter jelly time.
And they get fancy rooms. They get a whole ceremony. So Peanut Butter, two Indiana turkeys, one named Peanut Butter and the other named Jelly, will be counting their lucky feathers Friday morning. The two birds were selected as National Thanksgiving turkeys and will be pardoned by President Joe Biden at an annual ceremony in the White House's Rose Garden. Both turkeys hail from Farbest Farms in Jasper, Indiana. And then after the pardoning ceremony, Peanut Butter and Jelly will travel to Purdue University to live the rest of their days in Purdue's Animal Science Research and Education Center, where they'll be given an enclosed indoor space with access to a shady, grassy area, according to a press release from the university. So every year, the president gets to pardon two turkeys, and then they get sent off to a nice living facility. A few times, the turkeys have actually ended up in Disneyland. So I have seen some pardoned turkeys from.
How long
Obama.
does turkeys live for?
I just looked that up actually. In the wild, it says about 2 years, and then in captivity they can live
What's
up.
the point?
And then in captivity they can live up to 20.
Yeah. So they can. So this is where. So they end up living in these facilities. So
So at any given minute, there is somewhere up until 40 turkeys running around being pardoned.
Yeah.
yeah,
Causing
you
havoc.
they could still be living living the dream. So yeah, so that's the good news.
No, all right, no,
story.
go back and then scroll up again. Scroll up a bit to the picture of the turkey.
Which turkey?
The
This
movie
one?
there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Picture of a turkey, right?
Yep.
I don't believe in God, but if I did, I would imagine the creation of this creature would go something like this. Ah, fuck it, I'm just gonna slap it there. All right, well, we're done. Let's go have a
Let's take a small
The
cloud.
creation.
We got some extra chicken legs over here.
Yeah.
And let's take the sphincter of an elephant and put a beak
Yeah.
in the middle somewhere.
It's like it was drawing
Would
it
you,
and then
hold
and then
on,
sneezed.
hold on. Y'all are laughing right now, but a turkey could have been our national bird.
That is very true. Jefferson was a
So-
big fan of the turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, a turkey should have
So,
been your national bird because you
y'all-
fucking
y'all
killed
can
all
stop.
the eagles.
So I just want to end up by saying, whenever I think about the pardoning of the turkeys, I always think of that episode of The West Wing where the turkeys are just ravishing. I believe it's CJ's office, and it's just feathers everywhere. So, I wanted to end kind of this on kind of a positive note, but next week.
I have another bird story. It'll take 30 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry. So
Yeah.
thank you,
Sorry.
thank you, climate change. There are bald eagles in Illinois. They fly down from Canada and Alaska, and they overwinter here.
I have a bird.
Don't.
Wow. Wow. That was
So
you're
so
you're cut off.
I was driving home from work last week, and a fucking majestic ass bald eagle fucking landed on a telephone post. I'm like,
What?
I know I opened this morning, but I am sleepy. I just saw a fucking bald
I have
eagle.
seen
Oh
things.
man.
I thought you were going to say like, yeah, bald eagle flew up and just picked up Mando and just took you off to its nest.
Oh, shut up. Mando's getting custom plates next week. But yeah, and apparently we looked it up, and it's an actual thing that a lot of people have been spotting them over the last 2 or 3 years, and bird watchers and conservationists have said, yeah, they're coming from Canada. They're just coming further south because we have a lot of lakes and little shit around here. So yeah, they're just coming down here to spend the winter. It's not as cold as Alaska or Canada, and they're just giant murderous seagulls.
Mm.
Because that's exactly
Very
what
nice.
they don't have like a caw, like a hawk. No, they sound like enormous seagulls.
I'll tell you, Mikey, if you ever come over here, right, go to Brighton and try and eat a bag of chips on the seafront.
Oh no, I've seen enough videos on the internet where I'm not eating anything on the beach in Britain, and I'm not eating anything in India because the fucking monkeys will cartwheel their way in there, steal your whole lunch, and then eat it up 40 feet up a tree laughing at you. So no,
Right.
thank you.
And then quick bird story from me. I was
Don't look in the chat.
I was
Don't look in the chat.
I was doing a job in Brighton, and I found this little chip shop right down by the coast, and they did like a 50p bag of chips.
No,
Right.
don't look, Wayne. You're fine. Go ahead.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No, it's fine.
Don't look.
There's no need to look.
They did a 50p bag of chips, and I was walking down the seafront, just having a nice little mill about.
Oh God.
And
He's
I
a
swear
Jartan
to God,
mute.
Yeah.
I
You're
was
not a dragon.
I was properly intimidated by these seagulls that were just doing it, bowling like this. Oh, you got some chips, have you, son? You got some chips, have you? I'll be having them. And actually, I literally went back to the van. I thought, I ain't having this.
Well, if you've
Oh,
ever
they're
seen Finding
brutal, aren't
Nemo, it's the classic mine.
Mine. Yeah, they were literally bowling around. Hey, what you got there, son? What you got there, son? I'm like, I ain't having none.
Look what you've brought us, precious. Chips.
I'm out of my manor. I'm going home.
Yeah. And we're done.
This let me pin this comment up here right now. This from dear friend of the show, Steven Larson. It says Wayne's like, I fought a seagull over a 50p bag of chips.
That's top level right there.
No, I didn't fight the seagull. I ran away. I ran away.
He fought a 2-pound bird over a 50p bag of crisps.
But they look double hard.
They were gonna hurt me.
When me and the missus were gonna go on our cruise for our honeymoon, we were down in Galveston, and they have the greater grackle. I don't know if you've ever seen these things. They look just like a normal black bird, but they have quite fanciful little tail feathers. I'm like, oh, look at these little guys. I was like, it's not. Maybe it's like they're a pigeon. I don't know what's going on. I've never been to Texas. I've never been this far south. These are the funniest goddamn birds I've ever fucking experienced in my life. First of all, they were all chirping and squawking until at least 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, these are some coked up ass party birds. Like, they just don't know. They don't know when the sun sets on the beach, you should go to bed. No, they were just fucking around. They were flying around. They're in the trees, knocking shit off. We almost died from coconut hemorrhages. Like, it is the craziest animal. And you guys show what is it called? The greater grackle. It is the funniest looking thing you've ever seen in your life. And they're everywhere. And they're worse than seagulls. I would say.
Oh,
I
I
would
don't
say.
know, mate.
And thank you, Stephen Larson, for rating us. We love you guys.
Yeah,
Wayne loves it.
Yes.
yeah.
Thoroughly enjoy that.
I love, I
And
love, I
don't
love
forget to subscribe while you're in here, please.
Yeah, all you raiders, come and subscribe. You know,
Please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
I'm your
follow.
mod.
Help the show. We need to get Wayne some new likes. So
Patrons.
yeah,
We need
fucking-
We need patrons. Patreon.com/TheBinPodcast. You know who you are.
Hold on. This
Yeah.
is just for them.
know
I've been
who.
saving this, guys. There it is.
Oh,
There it is.
Ah.
I've been waiting for you.
Oh, yeah.
the front door is open.
Dude,
This is
I
just.
don't even.
Close the
Do you know what?
front
I
door.
don't even remember how you got hold of that picture.
Magic. Right place at the right time. Oh my god, that's.
I had you guys in
it's
mind. I had you guys in mind.
beautiful.
It's
It's beautiful.
it's a shame you can't put that meme in the emotes. That won't get me.
You know, I
The
probably
gift.
could just take that picture and make that the emote, just like zoom in on the fridge.
We need to make that a T-shirt.
No, I'm.
a hat. It needs to be a hat.
Hold on. Then you got to do the.
Oh
gotta-
God.
Anything else we need to do before we wrap up for the week?
Nah, I had one more.
Next
But
week
fuck it.
is Thanksgiving here.
What's that? Made
It's
up.
a-
Made up thing.
it's weird. So I don't know if I'm going to be on next week.
I will be at
Same.
work, and then I don't know. I expect the Europeans to hold up their end of the bargain.
I think they have to.
Yeah, I
I'm-
was just gonna say
Yeah.
next week is gonna be tough for me. But this is just behind the scenes stuff because yeah.
We'll talk about it.
So it looks like it'd be me on my own.
But there,
Yeah.
but there also, but there might be
And your
some content
refrigerator
being,
door opens.
yeah, there might be some content being able to be released next Thursday if my plan goes through, which means that
Nice.
we will have an anti-racist profile, a guy who is very well known over here talking about the development of right-wing media
Ooh, fun.
Wayne and
in Sweden.
the Raiders would like to let you know if you do show up all on your lonesome, they'll be here with you.
Ooh.
But Dad'll be there watching Stephen Larson. I'd have to do it later, and then they can all join in. In fact, I might actually have an open session when they can all join in.
One thing I would like to do is, because I probably won't be here next week, I would like to say I am very thankful and grateful for the Ben podcast. I'm a lucky guy to have such amazing friends, who I get to see almost every week. But we've come quite a long way, and I'm very proud of us. I'm very proud of you guys. Done a good thing here, and I couldn't be asked to do this show with 3 greater chaps. Thank you so much, you guys, and I'm grateful.
No, thank you, man.
And by the way, Wayne, can you show off the lovely merch that we have as well?
Oh, you mean? Oh, I'm gonna turn my light down.
Yeah, a little bit of a
There we go.
fashion show.
Right, so
There you
we've got
go.
the merch, which is the Bin baseball shirts. We've got the merch that is the Bin flat peak baseball caps, and on the back. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Got the gray
Yes.
sweatpants on, ladies.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dum.
It matches
And
the
here's the
hat.
deal.
It matches.
There
It's
is-
gray hat season.
I've also ordered quite a lot of this merch, right? That is being waited either to be sent to my house, or we actually discovered it's going to be cheaper for me to actually travel to the UK and get it and fly back, which is just fucking insane. But here's the deal: we also have hoodies, beanies, and stickers, right?
I've got loads of I've got stickers, beanies, hoodies, t-shirts, baseball caps. Picking it all up tomorrow.
Yes, and we've set a goal for 100 subs by the end of the year. I will give a present pack to let's say every 20 subs.
Mm-hmm.
So we are at 28 now. So when we get to 50, when we get to 75, and when we get to 100, I will gift wrap a packet of the bin merch to send out to you. You'll get a cap, a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a beanie, and it will all be on us. So
Full kit,
please
full
go and
kit.
subscribe. Fucking
Maybe I
subscribe
should
to the
maybe I
channel.
should subscribe so Wayne can send me my stuff.
Oh, that was
Look,
sad.
right. I'm
That
picking
was-
it up tomorrow. I'm gonna piece it out. I'm gonna piece it out. I'm gonna send it to you, Neil the Atheist, our friend over there in Canada.
My
And then
background stays like this until I get my new hat.
Oh,
everything
snap.
else is gonna get either
But
shipped
you are
to
sending out
Yartown.
hoodies to them as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
So
no,
make sure that you get your the bin merch. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We will have I don't know how many patrons do we have,
16.
and we're at about 115. So when we pass $200, I will also give away merch for that. Yeah,
Giveaway.
just give away. I'll just give away a bunch of stuff,
Giveaway,
and
giveaway,
if you actually want to pay for it, you can also write us an email at TheBinPodcast@gmail.com and order some merch. We'll make sure to get it at you as soon as Wayne gets his thumb out of his ass.
I can't tell if I'm a keeping or a
Could you-
papa.
could you tell?
That was.
Oh,
Oh, and on that bombshell,
I thought you were actually opening a wine bottle. Then I realized what that sound was.
time to go. Time to go. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with the Bin Podcast.
Become a patron and then you can see the BJ specialists.
Yes, do
It's
that.
the only way.
So for Brenna, for Shartan, for Wayne, and me, Mike Hammond, this has been the Bin Podcast, episode 91. See you guys.
And fuck Joe Rogan.
There it is.
Gotta get that in. Or it doesn't work.
that's what she said.
Ah.